Hey there, Aries. Welcome to the last bit of October 2019. I hope you guys are doing well. Let's go ahead and get into your reading. I'm going to go ahead and do a Celtic cross. That's what I'm feeling drawn to do for these readings. So let's get into it. Energies present, show me the energies. Energies present, show me the energies present for the sign of Aries. What are the energies present for the sign of Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus for the month of October 2019? The month of October 2019. Okay, give me 1 second. I'm going to go shuffle these guys, and then we will get started. This is a really big deck, though. Hang on. One more. Aries. For Aries, thank you. First card out, you have the Seven of Pentacles, Seven of Discs. That's the heart of the matter. So, in regard to this card being here, this is basically where we are. It's a period of evaluation. It's where we're looking at situations for alternatives, inspiration. Sometimes we're just saying, I've done this enough. I don't want to be part of this anymore. It's not yielding what I thought it might be, giving to me. I've given to this too much. It's just not working. Sometimes it's, what can I incorporate to bring forth a new change in this so I can refresh this, or however you want to go about it. But the Seven of Pentacles is often a time of reflection. It's too a time of reflection, primarily dealing with financial aspects. If we want to be literal about the card, because it is a earth sign card, it's coins. That's more so re-looking, taking a peek at your financial aspects, what you need to incorporate, what you need to take away, what's draining you, it's kind of like a revamp situation. But it can go for people too, depending upon what's going on. So the obstacle in this, you have Judgment here. Judgment, Scorpionic energy. This is basically, if we are dealing with financial stuff, it's going to be making sure that the things that you're putting your money into are going to be giving you the best potentials in the outcome. Where can you kind of scale back if you have been draining yourself or putting money or your time? It doesn't always just have to be money. It can be time too. It's things that are practical, the practicalities of life. Where are you overspending? Where are you overdoing it, underdoing it, whatever it is. Some of you, though, in regard to a person, sorry, I had to grab my chopstick. You have a situation here that's calling for your kind of undivided attention at this point to really evaluate what you want. With the Judgment card, this is essentially a time where we need to really be on point with what we're doing, really be, not dilly-dallying, not, freaking out about what somebody's going to think. Like, if you have a certain thing that you're going through that you need a final outcome for, now's the time to do it. Considering this is the obstacle, though, it feels like you're kind of in limbo in regard to making those decisions. It's a turning point, though, for sure. So, what's the root of this reading? You have the Queen of Cups. So, Aries, I feel like you guys have the Queen of Cups in your readings all the time. I think I say that all the time, but Queen of Cups. And I'm kind of wondering if I need to do more research in regard to you and the Queen of Cups, how those two energies may sync up. The Queen of Cups, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, primarily Cancerian energy, though, or just a very loving, nurturing person who cares, who's beautiful, who's genuine, who wants to give you the shirt off their back, give you money, and who's a very selfless type personality. You could be coming from a place of compassion for yourself, coming from a place of compassion for another person in regard to, do I want to continue giving to this? Is this giving to me? Is this making me feel whole? Or am I just kind of, casting, what is that? Don't cast pearls before swine. For this, that's coming up for some reason. The past, and I'm just kind of giving you a glossed overview here. We're going to get into the reading of this in a second when we get everything out, but I just kind of want to give you a little bit of each card. In the past, you have the Eight of Wands. So the Eight of Wands is a card of forward movement. It's an action card. It's where we are either communicating, having conversations, we are moving, we're running around, we're traveling. There is messages between you and somebody else, very, very quick communication. Sometimes it can also be called a card of falling in love. Everything's moving so fast and there's so much passion and like everything's happening all at once. But, I feel here that it's important, if you have this Seven of Pentacles and the Judgment card here, it seems like you're kind of slowing down now. I don't know what the next card is going to be for your crowning energy, what you can do with this, what the present energy is. But let's see, because it feels like the forward movement of a situation has kind of come to a halt, Aries. So what's this next one? You have the Seven of Wands here. So the Seven of Wands, in regard to this, is basically where we are, it's being tired of fighting. It's being exhausted by a situation happening more than once that doesn't feel like it's being remedied. It's feeling on guard, having anxiety about a situation or a person, whether that be financial or a person that you're dealing with in a romantic capacity. Let's proceed. So the what's coming your way into the future, you have the Nine of Swords. So the Nine of Swords is kind of a harsh card. I'm going to put this Queen under here so you can at least read Judgment. The Nine of Swords is basically where we are being in our mind about things, where we are just constantly over and over again, like just in our brain. We can't release something. We are always constantly worried about the outcome of something. If you're dealing with a person or a financial situation, something needs to be cut out, and it feels like it already has, but there's the potential for more to come. Now, what you do with that more is dependent on what you want in your life and your situation with this person or this financial situation, but I feel like it could be a person here, more so leaning so than the financial aspect. It's being in your mind about it. It's constant worry. Will this person change? Can I trust this person? Is this going to be the end of this cycle and we can, move into the next cycle together easily? Can we do that? Can we not do that? You have cards here of questioning a person, questioning your own motives in a situation. And I feel pulled to say that too here, Aries, questioning your own motives. We're not all innocent. If you're playing like you're all innocent, you're a fucking liar. I love you, but you're a liar. Nobody's innocent. Everybody has some sort of motive, whether it be an earnest motive or not. We all have a need and a desire that we want filled and satisfied. And oftentimes in relationships, we receive that, and when I say that, I really want you to look at whatever you're in right now. If this is resonating so far, if you're in a happy relationship and, you're not dealing with this is likely not your reading. But if you're in a relationship or situationship right now where you're having to look at why you're wanting to stay in a relationship, like, what does this person really do? And immediately I want to say, what does this person do for me or you? What does this person do? What does this person bring to the table? What do they take away from the table? What do they not contribute? And what are you willing to sacrifice in regard to maintaining this connection or holding on to it for whatever reason you're holding on to it? In a certain way, it feels like there's some sort of like, I've given to this and I'm not getting back what I've given. Am I getting also, like, what am I getting back truly? That's kind of what I'm feeling here, Aries. So let's go to your current feelings then. Current feelings, we have the Seven of Cups. So it feels like you're kind of weighing out some options, some potentials, thinking about what you could and couldn't do with a situation, this one, or the potential for more. The Seven of Cups talks about the things that are at our fingertips, the things that we can put ourselves into and put in motion. It's opportunities, it's potentials, things that we have, whether it be with this person, whether it be with somebody else, or a completely different situation, you know. Sometimes it just means, in a situation like this, it feels like it would mean like taking yourself away from it just to give yourself the opportunity to be alone. I'm picking up this weird feeling where it's like I need to either be alone or maybe kind of monitor, regulate, like, why I'm wanting to feel drawn to be in this situation in the first place. What is it actually giving back to me? It kind of goes back to this Seven of Pentacles, Seven of Wands type energy, where we're with judgment as well. What are we giving? Because we were pretty gung-ho in the past, and now we're at a halt because whatever that you've been giving to, or somebody's been giving to you, because these are general readings, they go back and forth depending upon who you're working with, but it's like, what do you want from this? It feels like we've slowed down a considerable amount here, and you have the opportunity to judge a situation into its finality or into a new beginning. So let's go ahead and get into what, like, how others are seeing you, how others are viewing you, what, you know, and it's also sometimes what can be also coming to you as well. Two of Cups. Interesting energy. Two of Cups. So this is a card of love. It's a card of connection. It's a card where we have to recognize the connection between ourselves and somebody else that we're with. And it's undeniable. It's kind of one of those things, even if you don't like it, it's like, shit, I have a lot of feelings for this person. Or even if it's not a romantic relationship, it's something where it's like you feel like you kind of have like this entanglement with somebody. And I'm using the word entanglement because that's what this feels like in a weird way. It's like a sticky situation that you kind of need to tread lightly with, but also you want to make the best outcome. But I feel here that it's most important for you to take care of yourself. So whatever the best outcome is for you, do that, you know? Let's go ahead and pull out the hopes and fears. Page of Pentacles, Page of Discs. Some of you, it could be pregnancy. Some of you, it is literally the fear of a new beginning, the fear of going forward with this situation or person. That can be difficult, especially if you are pregnant. You know, it's like an evaluation of, well, shit, we were going really, really strong, and then things kind of petered out, and now I'm pregnant, you know. And I know not everybody's going to be in that situation, but I'm having to call it out for whomever is, if that is for you. These are general readings. They can they'll pick up the energy for the masses, you know, versus just one person. It's not a personal reading. These are for thousands of people. So, but the Page of Pentacles too, that can also, if this is in hopes and fears, this can also be, you know, worrying about how to basically capitalize on your potential, how to, you know, with the Seven of Cups, what option do I take? What direction do I take? And it feels like it's kind of emotionally driven here. You know, some of you may be having difficulty studying. I'm picking up like Native American stuff for some reason. I don't know if that's a person you're dealing with or you are of Native American descent. I don't know why that's coming through right now. Okay, so let's not worry about that. But yeah, with this Page of Pentacles, it's more like where we are. I feel like you're more worried about the potential of the outcome here, more worried about the potential for what can happen between you and a person. So let's look at the most likely outcome. You have Strength. Strength is a card of Leo. It's also a card of where we are basically needing to have patience, perseverance, endurance in a situation. Sometimes it is calming down our nerves, our impatience. Sometimes it's just having the ability to see through situations and stay very, very calm in things that would otherwise cause you to be very upset. It's about calming your inner beast, that frustrating energy that we can fall into, especially if we've been riled up. Okay, and at the bottom of the deck, you have the Knight of Wands. So the Knight of Wands is a card of, I'm gonna stick the Knight of Wands here, kind of the overarching energy. So some of you, this situation, because with the Knight of Wands presiding at the bottom of the deck, this is more along the lines of, you could be dealing with another fire sign, Leo, Sagittarius, Aries. You could be dealing with somebody who was kind of in and out of your life, non-committal, more of a sexual partner versus an actual partner, or somebody that you thought was very, you were going along as things do, and then you may have pulled back because this person exhibited some sort of signs that they were less interested in maintaining an adult relationship versus just a sexual compatibility. So let's go ahead and clarify this reading, and we'll get into it. Okay, so for Aries, please show me the energy for the Seven of Pentacles at the heart of this situation. Show me, Aries. Why is the Seven of Pentacles here? Why is the Seven of Pentacles here for Aries? So for the Seven of Pentacles, you have two cards coming out. You have the Fool, and you also have the Six of Swords. Six of Swords is in reverse, however. So with the Two of Cups at the bottom of the deck. So basically what I'm feeling here, Aries, is that you have the potential for the beginnings with somebody, or the potential for something to continue, but in a certain way it feels like it would be backtracking. Either you've left the situation already, or you have an extreme amount of hesitancy in regard to maintaining it, because it feels like that with the Seven of Pentacles and the Seven of Wands. But with this Six of Swords in reverse, it's going back to a situation that, like, you feel might not be satisfactory to you. It's something that you might want to let go of, or, there's the potential for more here, but is that something that you truly want? And if it does last, it might end by Christmas. That's what I'm feeling. That's what I'm feeling. Show me Judgment here. Show me Judgment for Aries, please. Got two cards popping out again, Aries. I don't know what's up with the two cards thing, but you're getting it. You have the Nine of Swords in reverse, along with the Two of Wands. So with Judgment, the Nine of Swords in reverse. Now, I'm going to read this a couple of ways, okay? So this card, first of all, you have the Nine of Swords here. Here, it's twice. Again, mental anguish, frustration. Look at this person. It's like they have a little monkey on their back chewing on them. It's like a little devil on their shoulder eating them. Now they're eating themselves. It's just this constant worry. Sleepless nights, anxiety, mental frustration, not eating enough, just being consumed by worry here. In reverse, sometimes in reverse, this card can actually indicate that even doubles. That worry, that frustration, that fixation and fear, it just magnifies itself to the point where it's like, oh my God, what the fuck am I doing? Judgment. What are you going to do about this situation? What do you want from this? You can also talk about alleviating that mental frustration, that worry, that exhaustion of the mind, because once you let this go, it's like, oh, a breath of fresh air, a relief, a release. What do I want from my life now that I've let this go? And it takes time. This kind of stuff takes time to let go. And here with the Two of Wands, this is about new direction, planting the seeds for new growth, changing the direction of your life. Which way do you want to go? What do you want from this? What do you want from you? What do you want from this person, or what do you want away from this person? Here with Strength, it's kind of interesting because it's almost like an idea that you can endure this. Some of you will, some of you won't, but it feels like I can endure this. I'll have the patience for this. But then again, it's like, I think you really need to go back to the crux of this reading with the Seven of Wands and the Seven of Pentacles with like, what am I evaluating here? What works here? Is this good? Is this something that I can actually make? The first word out of my mouth that I wanted to say was withstand. Can I withstand this? I didn't say it because I was like, that's not the right word, but I'm going to say that. And now I don't know what the other word is. So withstand. Please show me the Queen of Cups for Aries. Show me the Queen of Cups for Aries. Ace of Wands. So Ace of Wands. I want to look at this card first. Okay. It's interesting because we have the Queen of Wands here holding a baby. All right. I feel some of you may be pregnant. Some of you may be having a hard time figuring out what you want to do with this. The Ace of Wands indicates that is forward movement. It's happening. Some of you, here at the Eight of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck, some of you are figuring out how and what you're going to have to do in regard to supplement this child. And if you don't have a child on board or along the way, it's basically about what's going to be best for you, what's going to stabilize your life. Some of you are just going to work your asses off in a new direction, or the potential for this situation. It's still kind of undecided yet, and each person is going to do what they're going to do. But it's kind of strange because it's like part of me wants to let this go. It's almost as if like I were in it, but I'm not. But like part of me wants to let this go. And part of me has like this heart where I'm like, I don't know if I want to leave yet. I'm not sure. Maybe I can work this out. Maybe I can figure this out. That's kind of what I'm feeling. But then it's like, in some way, I feel that like almost goes against your own personal judgment or your better judgment. Show me the Eight of Wands. Okay, again, multiple cards. So for the Eight of Wands, you have the Three of Pentacles, you have the Two of Pentacles, and you have the Page of Cups. So, interesting. Bottom of the deck here, you have the Four of Wands as well. Now, this past energy with this Eight of Wands, whether it have been communication, fast forward feelings about each other, very, very quick paced emotions, a lot of passion. It's also a card where we are, it can be in love, but it's in the past. It's kind of calmed down now. And now the next card out is the Seven of Wands, where it's like we're putting up boundaries. We're feeling, defensive about a situation. We're holding ourselves accountable for what we're entering into and removing ourselves from. It's being on guard. It's exhausting energy. With the Eight of Wands here, you have these Three of Pentacles and the Two of Pentacles. So it's like, it could be a third-party situation that you may have found out about where somebody was juggling and now they've come to offer you an apology. It also could be a situation where you are now being offered the potential to grow forward with somebody here, which is kind of like, and the Two of Pentacles is like, do I go for myself or do I get myself back into this situation? And this can be also the birth of a child, the presence of a new child. It can also talk about, like I said, apologies, communications. It can be talking about mending the bridge between people, extending an olive branch, trying to become friends again after something has broken down. The Four of Wands at the bottom of the deck, it's basically about stabilizing your relationships. You have two people here tying their hands together. This is an agreement, okay? What is that agreement about? No more fighting. What is that agreement about? Show me the Seven of Wands here for Aries, please. The Three of Cups with the Four of Wands again at the bottom of the deck. So with the Three of Cups, it often is a card of celebration. It's a card of seeing eye to eye with the people. It's a card of being on the same page with people and enjoying yourself on a more, mundane, easygoing level. It's like a lot of partying, going out to parties, going out to functions, dinners with friends, just feeling generally good with people. But it's also a call to be conscious of consumption. overconsumption, maybe drugs, alcohol. It's situations getting out of hand sometimes and being consumed by things. With the Seven of Wands, it's safeguarding yourself from that. It's an interesting energy to have, this Three of Cups and the Seven of Wands. It's like, I want to be with you, but I don't want to feel like I'm on edge kind of situation. Balancing that kind of stuff out. But I feel here too, and okay, so this is coming through right now. There's an energy here where what I'm feeling is, do not compromise yourself or your situation to be with a person, because there's some sort of all-consuming energy that's present here. And only you're going to know about what that is. I don't know what that is, but it feels like it's a consuming energy that kind of eats you a bit. And it gets in your way. It gets in the way of what you want in your life, which direction you want to go, and what you want for yourself. Connection is important. Connection feels good with people. It's important to have that feeling of simpatico and, that back and forth camaraderie. But I feel here, if you're basing a relationship either on drinking or you're basing a relationship on, I don't know, it just feels very strange. How do I decipher that even more? There's some aspect here that is consumption. There's something here where it's like you have to be conscious. Like if you're getting into a situation that is going to, it's going to sound weird, will require you to drink more just to like kind of maintain it, or like you have to go and do things that are not necessarily what you would typically do on your own. It takes you out of yourself and you have to kind of like put on a mask to be this person in this situation. That's an indicator that this situation isn't for you. Okay, if you can't be your true authentic self, or you have to self-medicate to be in a situation with somebody, that's very short-lived. And again, if that is the case, I feel like it will last till Christmas. Show me the Nine of Swords for Aries. Strength. Second time strength is out of this deck, or out on this reading. So the Nine of Swords, again, that's that mental frustration where we're just constantly being siphoned out of ourselves. We're exhausted. We can't let go of a thought process about a situation or a person or a thing. It consumes us. Again, consumption in many different forms. It's talking about having the strength to be careful about that, walk away from it. If you observe it and you witness it and you're beginning to become part of it, where do you step away from it? How can you step away from it? What is the best course of action to get yourself to a strong place of resilience and resistance? Show me the Seven of Cups. Show me the Seven of Cups for Aries, please. Seven of Cups for Aries, please. Justice. Justice was actually at the bottom of the deck for strength. And for Justice, you have the Two of Cups at the bottom of the deck again. So Seven of Cups with Justice. What's going to make you happy? What's going to make this right for you, Aries? What is the best course of action for yourself in this situation? What gives you the best outcome? What gives you the best potential and the best pleasure? And don't base this whole thing upon pleasure. I think that that's something definitely that we need to pay attention to, because it seems like there's a lot of like, in this situation here, there's almost some sort of like goal to drown out or like numb ourselves. It feels strange. I don't know what that is. That can be with shopping, food, drinking, sex. It can be masturbation. It can be watching TV. For me, it's buying perfume sometimes, whatever it is. It's that impulsive like thing that takes you away from reality just for a minute to take the edge off. But it actually creates more of a problem in the end. Not to say my perfume addiction's a problem. I can quit anytime. But I digress. Two of Cups here for Aries, please. So you have the King of Wands, Aries. So you have the Queen of Wands, Ace of Wands and the King of Wands. The King of Wands is often somebody who takes control in their life, who is a leader, who is self-regulating. They are passionate. They are a very good leader in their life. They're a business person. They're kind of like in a way like a motivational speaker. Like they don't have problems like talking to people. It's very easy for them. It's easygoing. They're likable, very gregarious, very lovely. I would say, you know, it feels here that some of you are being offered the potential for something with somebody, like a recap, and you're having to do some sort of like, is this the way it's supposed to be? Can this change? You know, at the bottom of the deck for the King of Wands, clarifying the Two of Cups, you have the Ten of Pentacles now. Ten of Pentacles talks about long-standing relationships, traditions, family, legacy. It talks about, you know, maintaining things for our family, building wealth, amassing wealth. If you have somebody here like the King of Wands, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, it's basically coming in to communicate their feelings and emotions here. But I feel it's like, even with all of that good news, it almost feels like we're still holding back. We're still not certain about what we want to do here. If somebody comes and paints a picture for you that is like full on all roses and beautiful, and they present it to you on a silver platter and everything is lovely, there's a flaw. Nothing can be that perfect. Nothing is perfect in this world. But if you know somebody and how they have reacted in the past or been in the past, what they've done in the past, I would watch motives now. And again, motives are coming into this reading. I started out with this reading feeling motives, and now I'm feeling it again. Not to say that the person that you're dealing with is dishonest. For all of you, I can't say that, because some of you are dealing with wonderful people. But for those of you that this is ringing true, I would say kind of keep your guard up. Kind of be, I don't mean to be defensive, but just watch before you just sign on the dotted line and accept the love of somebody and run off into the sunset and have paperwork drawn up. Don't want to do that yet. Show me the Page of Discs. Hopes and Fears, Page of Discs for Aries. So you have the Queen of Pentacles popping out in reverse. Now, the Queen of Pentacles here in reverse is a card of, she's somebody who loves tradition, she loves family, she loves being the mother, the one that people come to. She's the nurturer, she takes care of her brood and kind of everybody else. In reverse, this person can be neglectful to themselves, neglectful to their family. It's a very mother energy. Some of you, if you are pregnant, you may decide to, the Strength card being here twice may be getting up the courage to not go through with pregnancy. I know that that's a very touchy subject for people, but this is life. People deal with those things every day. I'm not going to sugarcoat readings so people don't have to hear, you know, things that are scary. But the Queen of Pentacles in reverse, she's often somebody who can also be, whether she is in a situation she no longer wants to be in it can be turning down a situation which doesn't offer stability. It can also be where this person, whether it be you or you're dealing with that type of person, they are, you know, they can be very manipulative, they can be very lazy, not very honest, kind of a layabout type of person. That may also be an indicator of, can I trust this person? Can I, if I have a child with this person, what is the outcome going to be? Can I trust that this person's going to bring food to the table? Can I trust that they're, you know, the light bill's going to be paid? And I don't want to just veer off into like the tactical, practical shit, but that's what this queen is about. She's about the tactical, practical shit. And she wants to know that those things are going to be taken care of. And if you're not going to take care of them or be part of taking care of them, she's going to take care of them herself. And if she can't take care of them herself, then she's not going to get into that situation because she knows it's not going to work. So she's not even going to entertain it. That's the type of energy here. Whether that be for a child or whether that be the beginning of a relationship that she feels is not enough, like there's not enough either growth that's happened or not enough being offered here. Show me Strength for Aries. You have two cards popping out again. So you have Temperance and you have the Lovers with the Eight of Swords at the bottom of the deck. So let's get to this Eight of Swords here first. Okay. Eight of Swords. It's a card where we are in our mind. It's a different type of in our mind versus the Nine of Swords, where we're constantly worried and can't let go of things. Here, we're in our mind because we are not certain about what to do. We're either making mountains out of molehills, creating storylines in our head about woulda, coulda, shoulda, what if I had done this, or can I trust this person, you know? And I feel in a certain way you might be being sucked up into somebody's deception. There's something here that's not 100% clear, okay? And I don't know if it's because this person is still operating under the energy of the Knight of Wands, or this person is just somebody who's not ready to actually go the distance. And that's hard saying that with the King of Wands here with the Two of Cups, but the energy that I'm picking up from these two cards is more so along the lines of like telling you what you want, kind of like subduing you, or I know not everybody's dealing with like a trickster type energy, but that's the kind of stuff I'm picking up right now. Temperance is basically a card of reconciliation. You have the Three of Cups here, Temperance card. Those are both cards that have vein of reconciliation, veins of reconciliation running within them. Temperance is about, what do I bring to the table? What do you bring to the table? What do we both contribute? So this is an active relationship. It's equal. There's balance, give and take. It's also a card of healing. It's a card of Sagittarius. You have Gemini over here as well. Leo, Sag, Gemini. Leo's showing up in this reading a lot. But, you know, it's like, it's a head over heart decision in regard to what you want to do. And I think it's kind of in this reading, it almost feels like a 50-50 split between you guys. And some of you are going to be letting this go because it's almost like you're going against yourself by trying to maintain it. Some of you, it's not working out for you, you know, and some of you, you're going to give it a shot and see if you can make it happen. So let's go ahead and get into some advice. Okay, I'm going to pull some advice and see what's up. Can you please show me advice for Aries, the sign of Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus? Give me advice here for this reading in regard to Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus for the month of October. So, okay. Some of you are going to be listening to this person, this situation. You're going to be giving it a thumbs up. You're going to be moving forward with it. With the Ace of Wands, this is forward action. It's new beginnings. Some of you, it's pregnancy. Some of you, it's a lot of passionate sex. If it's passionate sex, I would say definitely be conscious of what you're actually getting into. Be mindful here because you have the Knight of Wands here with the King of Wands and the Two of Cups. That kind of energy for me, even though these are fairly positive cards, the Knight of Wands being at the bottom of the deck, there's kind of an underlying secrecy here. There's something where it's like not everything's being presented on the table. But if you're going for it, go for it. You know, you'll be the one to judge that. I like to say, though, at the bottom of the deck, you have the Queen of Swords. So if you're going to do this and you're going to go for it, if this is the group that's going for it, what you're dealing with is a situation that requires your utmost discernment, okay? If you look in the back of this card, you see two lovers in the window. You see her in the foreground, okay? She knows about these people. You have the lovers here too. She knows about this situation of the past. If there was a third-party situation or something where somebody had to leave somebody, there may still be connection to that. Use your better judgment, use your discernment, be very conscious of the things that can be happening under your nose. For those of you who don't want this, okay? Yeah. For those of you who don't want this, you're dealing with a situation where you've felt very frustrated by somebody's actions against you, somebody who disregarded you, and you're walking away. And you're walking away because you know that there's the potential for more in your future with the Two of Cups. This is where we meet up with people who are, you have it here, but I feel in a certain way, some of you that are going to be leaving this are going to end up meeting this in a really beautiful way. And it happens when you let this stuff go. Let's check out underneath here, you have the Ace of Pentacles. So if you let this go, for those of you who feel very drawn to walk away from this because it just doesn't fit with you anymore, you end up finding something really beautiful, but it calls for you to walk away from this, okay? These are lessons, you know, we get into relationships with people for the sole purpose of lessons, you know, healing energy with each other, karmic wounding, whatever it may be. It's changing that energy, transmuting that energy. I feel that this is a 50-50 split between you guys, Aries. Some of you are going to be accepting it and moving forward, but again, I advise heavy discernment here, because there's something here about like Christmas time where things get potentially shaky, okay? I don't know what that is 100%, but that's what I'm feeling. It may end up being that you give it a try and then you end up finding out that things are not what you think and having to walk away from it. But in the end, you walk towards something that's actually better for you. I do want to say underneath the Two of Cups, the Ace of Pentacles, you have the Queen of Cups. So the Queen of Cups here, she's making a presentation twice, once down here. That Queen of Cups, she's basically somebody who feels satisfied in her experience within love. She feels connected to those that she loves. If this is the energy you're going towards, you may be meeting up with a water sign. You may be meeting up with the Queen of Cups. Again, Aries, Queen of Cups, always in your reading. I don't get it, but there she is. So let's go ahead and pull a Nocturna. Show me for Aries, please. Okay. So you have two cards here. You have Fennec Fox and Coral Snake. Let's go ahead and read Fennec Fox. Hang on, let me find it here really quick, okay? Fennec Fox, pioneer, adaptation. The fennec fox is the smallest of all foxes and is found in the deserts of North Africa. In such a harsh environment, these marvelous creatures have evolved large ears which radiate body heat and keep them cool. Their paws are hairy, which act as snowshoes and also provides protection against the searing hot sand. Like other desert animals, they are also able to go a long time without water. These interesting adaptations remind us to always be open to change, even under difficult circumstances. However that is for you, please use it to your best advantage. I feel that there will be adaptation here, and I feel that some of you will find that adaptation when you leave this situation. Some of you are going to adapt to this situation, but I also feel that there's a necessity, again, to talk about some sort of element here, either consumption or where you are losing yourself or sacrificing yourself in some way that's going against your integrity. Coral Snake is the other card out. Coral Snake. Warning, avoidance. Red and black, friend of Jack. Red and yellow, kills a fellow. The bright colors of the coral snake indicate danger. It is one of the most venomous snakes in North America. The coral snake teaches us that sometimes confrontations are unnecessary and some should be outright avoided. When it comes to bad outcomes, an ounce of prevention is better than a cure. Do not ignore clear warning signs. They exist for a reason. Some of you are going to have to be paying attention to those warning signs in regard to this person. Again, for some reason, I feel Christmas. So something might be happening at Christmas. All right. Oh, shit, this reading was kind of a lot. I hope that this was helpful for you, and if it was, feel free to like, share, and subscribe. And if you choose to donate, there's a link in the description box below, and I greatly appreciate that. Thank you so much for those of you who do. I know I'm not the best at getting back to people on all counts. I have so many jobs and so much time in the day, and this is something that I do. Tarot is something I do because I love it, but I don't always have the opportunity to interact with people how I would like, just because there's so much else going on for me right now. I don't mean to be rude, but that's the truth about it. So I hope that this was helpful. All right, Aries, I'll talk to you soon. Happy Halloween. Love you guys. Bye.